Guys, and welcome back. Well, as of today, Sean Diddy Combs was awaiting sentencing scheduled for tomorrow. Now, while it is impossible to know the exact outcome, legal experts has already started predicting how much time he's going to get. Now, verdict and the potential sentencing. Conviction. Now, in July 2025, a jury found Combs guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution under a federal statute known as the Mann Act. Acquittal. Now, he was acquitted of the more serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. The maximum sentence. Now, each prostitution count carries a maximum of 10 years, meaning Combs could face up to 20 years in prison. However, most legal experts believe he will receive a much shorter sentence. Now, credit for time served. Now, Combs has been in custody since his arrest in September of last year. You know, it didn't seem that long. I guess it seems that long to him, but didn't know it was over a year. And any sentence will include credit for the time he has already served. Now, sentences recommendation. The prosecution. Now, the federal prosecutors are seeking a sentence of at least 11 years. Now, in their court filing, they argued that Combs is unrepentant and that his punishment should reflect the decades of unchecked violence and psychological damage and inflicted despite the jury's acquittal on sex trafficking charges. Now, Combs' legal team has asked for leniency and a sentence of no more than 14 months, a term that would be the end of his sentencing since he's been in jail that long. So they want them just say 14 months and time served. Now, the defense has argued that Combs has already been sufficiently punished and that testimony about violence on which he was acquitted should not be factored into his sentencing. Probation Office. Now, the Federal Probation Office calculated a recommended sentence of 70 to 87 months, or about 6 to 7 years based on the sentencing guidelines. Now, factors that's going to influence the judge's decision. The presiding judge has wide discretion and is not required to follow the sentencing guidelines. He may consider all relevant factors, including the nature of the crimes, the effect on victims, and Combs' character. Well, honey, if they do all that, he will never get out because Combs' character is a mess. Excuse me. Now, the judge has indicated that he will likely consider evidence of other misconduct, including the widely seen 2016 video of Combs kicking and beating his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. Now, the judge has cited a years-long pattern of violence as a reason for denying him bail. You know, he's tried to get out several times, and the judge said, nada. The judge is also going to take in consideration victim statement. Now, the judge will weigh victim impact statements from Combs' accusers, including a letter from Cassie and a woman who testified as Jane. These statements detailed the abuse they suffered and expressed fear of retribution of Combs if he is released early. Now, you know, Cassie just sent the judge, I think this is her second letter, but Cassie said, no, he's going to hurt me if he gets out. Please don't let that bastard get out. Excuse me. And also, I must include that his mother also wrote a letter to the judge expressing that she is 85 years old and that her son has made some mistakes, but he's also been traumatized with child experiences, such as his father dying when he was 2 and his uncle dying when he was 6. So she's saying that, what little time that she has left, she needs him. And let my baby out. Now, also, I might add that Sean Diddy Combs wrote a letter to the judge, also expressing that the old him had died in jail and that he has been born again and da 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 da. This is the letter. Today I am humbly ask you for another chance to be a better father, another chance to be a better son, another chance to be a better leader in my community, and another chance to live a better life. The much accused man, also known as Diddy, wrote the judge in a letter full of seemingly more promises and personal growth than contrition. I'm writing this not to gain any sympathy or pity. This experience is simply the truth of my existence, and I have changed my life forever, and I will never commit a crime again. He said the relatively new, clean, and sober for the first time in 25 years, Combs said in a 4-page letter submitted to the judge on today. Now, he also expressed regrets in a few phrases. He said, my domestic violence will always be a heavy burden that I will have to forever carry. Now, I guess he was talking about the abusive treatment of ex-girlfriend Cassie and Jane, both who testified at the trial against him. Also, he said, I lost my way. I got lost in my journey, lost in the drugs and the excess. My downfall was rooted in my selfishness. I have been humbled and broken to my core. Jail is designed to break you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Over the past year, there have been many times that I wanted to give up. There have been some days I thought I would be better off dead. The old me died in jail and a new version of me was reborn. I can't change the past, but I can change the future. He goes on. I know that God put me here to transform me. Since incarceration, I have gone through a spiritual reset. I'm on a journey that will take time and hard work. Instead of accepting the verdict and advocating a reasonable sentence, the government has gone to the extreme lengths to try to justify a decoroning sentence, particularly for a 55-year-old man, Combs said. Okay, my take on it. I think the judge is going to give him the maximum. I do not think he's going to be walking out of that jail cell soon. I really don't. He's got another suit filed. An ex-stylist of his, he filed a suit this week stating that he had been abused sexually and physically by Diddy for years. But I just don't understand this. Okay, this man's been such a monster, and everybody's been smiling in his face and just going to his parties, and just like the stylist. I mean, he didn't have to be a stylist. I mean, if I was his stylist and he raped me once, I think the next time he would see me, that would be the last time that he would see anybody, because I would have just I would have had to do something to him. Okay? So, these people are talking about, I did this, he did this. he was Mr. Untouchable. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yes, I don't think Diddy is getting out soon. And out of all these lawsuits, civil suits and everything, I think that's going to drain him. He's going to end up broke, no money. And it's going to be basically a nobody. You know, his days of the Iron Fist and Mr. Untouchable, it's gone. It's gone. So my question now is to you. What y'all think? Well, that's it for me. Thank you so very much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always in parting, be blessed, y'all.